Hi, I'm Carol Watson, and I am the host of Culture REfit. We are here at the Impact Hub in Penha de França, and we are so excited about the evening we're about to have. We are gathered together with a community of Black professionals and African diasporas all over the world that are working here in Lisbon to talk about their experience. What is their cultural experience working remotely, working for companies here locally? And I'm excited to be one of the panelists, along with two other amazing women who are leading and building and starting up. So look for more and let us know what you think. Hi, so I am here with our host and organizer of this amazing event. Can you share your name and what you do?
Yeah, my name is Jane Nduta Wambura. That's a mouthful, but you can call me Jane or Nduta. So the reason as to why we began this was Kachi and I had gone to several meetups in Lisbon, and we were like, we're the only Black people in the room, mostly. And we sometimes feel like, yes, we will network, but sometimes it's like, maybe we don't feel very comfortable because we are the only ones in the room. And so we decided, how about we create a room for our own selves where we don't have to feel some type of way, we don't have to leave early and feel like, oh, should we speak to this person? Will we be welcome? And all these kind of things. Because Lisbon can be very international, but also very exclusive for some events, you know? So we decided we are gonna create a space for ourselves and see how that goes, because we think that we have several people in Lisbon who are professionals who are very wealthy in information, knowledge, experiences, and we would love to hear from them. And we would want to have also companies in Lisbon pour into us so we can understand the Lisbon ecosystem. So this is how this was born. In January, actually, we met up and we were like, we're gonna do this, whether it's gonna be so bad, let us feel so bad that we learn so much and keep going and see where it leads. So here we are. This is the second edition, and I believe that there's a space for everyone. It doesn't matter what you feel as if your idea may be a replicate of someone else's idea. Really, you know, how many clubs are there in Lisbon?
There's a space for everyone. I love that. So I'm excited to have another founder of Black professionals in Lisbon with us. Can you share your name and what you do?
My name is Onyedikachi. You can call me Kachi. I'm a software consultant, and I'm co-hosting the Black Professionals in Lisbon event.
So I know you're one of the originators. Can you tell us about what inspired you personally to put this community together and your vision for it?
So one of the key things was when I moved to Lisbon, I observed that after attending an event, I mostly see, maybe I might be the only Black person in the event, tech event and the likes. Professional event, I said I'm the only Black person, or the other Black person, I already know them, maybe they would do the same job. And I asked myself, and I also realized that there are other professionals that they just stay back home, they do their stuff, a lot of them from Kenya, Nigeria, they're already working remote in Portugal. And I realized that we don't have any gathering that has Black people, Afro people from that is connected to that space to do stuff. So this is why we actually created Black professionals. So we have Black professionals from different parts. Whatever you do, you necessarily don't need to be in tech. So where we have them come, connect.
Awesome. So it's beautiful that it's across the diaspora that are represented here. Different languages, different professions, different ages here. We always like to ask about the cultural identities of our interviewees. Can you share how you would describe the cultural identities that are most important to you and the values and the beliefs that you have around that in regards to working together?
All right, first, I'm Igbo, and Igbo is one of the major tribes in Nigeria, or one of the major nations in Nigeria. And I grew up in Nigeria, so definitely around Igbo people, Yoruba, Hausa. I grew up in the north, but I identify as Igbo, which is where my parents are from. After moving to Portugal, I was more conscious of my Igbo-ness. While in Nigeria, it is normal. Some people speak the language, but the name, I even had, so after moving here, I was more conscious of my Igbo-ness, and I get to love the sound of my name and what my people stand for. For Igbo, we are known to be very industrious, very hardworking.
Love it. So, working and collaborating with different people and cultures, what is a favorite tip, or as we call it, adikas, that you like to recommend to peers or people following your footsteps to navigate in these work-related spaces?
So one thing I always mention is people like to work with who they like. So even for as a person, you wouldn't like to work with or be in a space with somebody you don't like. So you need to not exactly make yourself likable, but be a likable person first. You need to like yourself. So this way, if you like yourself, it easily emanates and radiates in your person for other people to like you. So like yourself, it is then easy for you to respect others and respect their space. That makes them like you as well and make them like working with you.
Oh, I love that. Any last messages for the community, the global community of Nigerians and African diasporans?
One thing is we need to collaborate more and share our stories from the point of share the stories, because if you don't share, you won't define the perceptive. These people that share or share stuff about themselves that define what perception that people have of them. So the more we share positive stories or the great stuff we're doing, the better it improves our perception.
Well, that's a great place to end, because Culture of REfit is all about sharing the stories. Thank you for the chat. Looking forward to it.
Email.
So I am here with another co-panelist. Very excited. The power of women in professions in this world and at Lisbon is what we're here to talk about tonight. I'm very excited. So can you share your name and what you do?
Hi, I'm Yolande Thame, and I am building a streaming platform for Diaspora community, and I'm super excited about it.
Does it have a name? Is it a secret?
Yes, it's called SMADI.
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
So as a consumer, what will I be able to do?
So as a consumer, we want people to see themselves. Actually, I think film in general, people is how we see each other, right? So I want communities to be able to see their culture that's actually in film. And there are plenty of examples of it, but we don't get to see it because the mainstream picks, like 10 films when there are hundreds of examples from all over the world that need a global platform. And so I'm excited to have people come onto the platform and see their culture in their language and be able to share that with family members, especially if they're, have immigrated to someplace else and they're raising the second generation of, Swahili, and that their kids are not accustomed to that culture, and being able to say, that's home. I want that experience for people. So that's what we're trying to build.
I want that too. So we're both on this panel tonight.
Yes.
What are you hoping people will get from your conversation?
I hope people feel empowered. I think what I'm really talking about tonight is that you don't have to go by the script that everybody tells you, that you can jump around and go towards the things that feel good and build a career from that. And so I feel like people are often saying, giving advice that you have to go in one lane, pick this lane, specialize in it, and, that will get you riches and fame. But that's not actually a good life. A good life is something you're passionate about. And so if that passion lies in several different industries and several different streams, you need to move towards that. And maybe at the same time, what's wrong with that? We tend to put ourselves in boxes and we shouldn't.
No, we definitely need to blaze a trail
Yeah.
while we're here on this earth.
Exactly.
So I'm always interested in people's cultural identity stories and how it has benefited the workplace and how it's come to grips with the workplace. Can you share your own personal cultural identities and what they mean to you?
Okay. So first I will say I identify as Jamaican from the Caribbean, and there's something about sort of being from an island where the perception is that resources are limited, but it also means that there's a community built in. Everyone has to get along because you can't escape. And so much of my identity and the way that I move through the world is reflected from me being from an island.
I love that. So as you've built this portfolio career doing different things.
Like that, I pat myself on the back for that one.
I love that. Portfolio career. Take note. We're going to put that in the files, portfolio career. So what is a tip, a great dikas that you want to leave or that you've heard from other people or that you often share in building that portfolio career?
I think a lot of people look externally for the guru that's going to explain to you how to do this, that, and the other. But really, you need to focus, or people need to focus on how you as yourself are valued, right? Because your value is the thing you lead with in conversations, in communications with people. That's how people pay attention to you. And so that's what I think I would tell people is that, you don't have to look externally for that guru that's going to tell you how to, speak correctly or stand this way or wear this color. That's not important.
Love that. We can't wait to hear more from you and can't wait for this product to show up so we can see amazing films.
There's so many filmmakers out there that are making extraordinary work, and I just want people to see it.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. Well, we'll share more on Culture Refit with all of the great dikas. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. I love your show, by the way.
It's not fun and it's not joy. I don't want to do it. So everything about what we do is about fun and joy, giving purpose. Just wrapped up an amazing event of Black professionals in Lisbon. Thank you so much for the hosts and the founders, Kachi and Nduta. And we want to know what you thought was the most interesting topic. What can you relate to in their conversations? It was amazing to me how the stories resonated no matter whether someone was in London or France or in the US or just here in Portugal. We want to hear from you. Put your comments in, subscribe, and share with your coworkers, share with your network. We'll be doing more of this in the future. Bye.